Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast. I am Joe Vitale, and that is Skoks. Today, we're going to be talking about the last two games the Chicago Blackhawks had. Tonight, facing off against original six matchup against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and over the weekend on Saturday against another original six team in the Montreal Canadiens. That one lesser of of what we would have expected. And tonight, not what we expected either, but a positive one. So stick with us, and we're going to break them down for you. Welcome back, Blackhawks fans. As I said, we're going to be going over the last two original six matchups that the Chicago Blackhawks have participated in. One was a 3-2 loss to the Montreal Canadiens on Saturday, and a little 0 for 7 on the power play, and face-offs really haven't worked out still. But tonight, versus the Toronto Maple Leafs, Austin Matthews, 2 games played, 6 goals, not points, not
goals,
not assists, goals. So he was going to go for 3 hat tricks in a row tonight. It did not happen at all. Got shut out completely. 2 goose eggs. Nothing on the sheet. I do have Tyler Bertuzzi and Mitch Marner on my fantasy team, so that is a bit of a bummer. But I don't care because the Blackhawks won 4-1, and the power play worked out once. One for 4, 25%, which is still on the lower end of what you want. And then something else of note happened tonight. The face-offs are still a problem, which I'm not really a fan of. But we can just go back. We'll go back in time real quick and go on to Saturday, the Montreal game. And I got the box score right here. Shots on goal, similar, kind of close, 36-30 in favor of Montreal. Face-off percentage, like I said, abysmal, 25% for your Chicago Blackhawks.
Wow.
And then I mentioned this, and this is just flat unacceptable. 0 for 7 on the power play. I don't know who is responsible for the power play. I know the Blackhawks have quite a bit of coaches, if I'm remembering correctly. Luke Richardson, Mark Dean, I want to say.
Derek King.
Derek King, as well. So I would like to know which one of those guys is running the power play, and I would like them to not run it.
Right.
I would like someone else to step in there and give it a go. Maybe, I don't necessarily need a Dominic Kubalik writing on the whiteboard after Jeremy Colleton gave it to him because he was out of ideas.
Right.
I don't need that. I do need, maybe Tyler Johnson. He's been on fire for the Blackhawks.
MVP.
Maybe he can start running the power play. I don't know what's going on here, but a real nice surge in the third period from the Blackhawks kept it close. But fell short, and you got to score. If you have 7 opportunities, you have to score 1. I mean, you got to get 1.
It's a must.
You want to get that power play percentage in the 25 to 30%.
Right.
And that's what a top 10, a top 5 power play will do for you, and it'll show up in the standings. It'll show up in your games. You will be winning more games, and you will be a more successful team when you have the special teams nailed down. So Hawks need a little bit more time with that. And anything else that you want to point out from that Montreal game?
Not much. In the first 2 periods there, just came out flat. didn't look like the team that we've seen for the past year under Coach Luke. Just behind the eight ball a bit. Weren't skating as hard, losing the board battles in the corners. Shots on net just didn't seem, what's the word, like meaningful, right? Just not meaningful shots. Not a lot of great opportunities. Just sloppy game all around. And even when we were, or you know what? Before I get into the power play, one notable moment from like the first period, pretty early on, I think. I'm not sure the time on the clock here, or you know what? Okay, so there were like 4 minutes left in the first period. Jared Tenorti, uh, just wrecks Kirby Doc
Yeah, I saw that
to
big
the
hit.
bench. Big hit, stood him up, clean hit, loved it,
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. But turns out, uh, from this hit that sends him in the bench here, uh, I think the report was an ACL or MCL
I think it was a
tear
combo.
or combo.
I think Eric Ingles reported that the Montreal Canadiens believe it is a torn ACL and MCL.
So that's pretty rough there for Kirby. And when you look at the hit here, doesn't seem like he got hit in any way, like on his leg. And even when he hopped back on the ice here, it's not like he landed awkwardly, like he's skated off,
Yeah.
just like a freak type of thing, And who knows? Maybe it happened like 5 seconds later and we didn't see anything. I don't remember.
It could be one of those non-contact injuries
Yeah,
they talk about, in the NFL specifically.
right.
Um, yeah, I've watched that because I hear there's like a lot of discourse going on, like in
Hmm.
hockey Twitter or whatever. Like
Hmm.
some Blackhawks fans are like, like, yeah, that's what you get, Kirby Doc, yada yada. And it's like, wait, what? Dude, no, that's not it. And then there's
Hmm.
like some Canadians fans who are like want Jared Tenorti's head on a pike. And you're like, guys,
Hmm.
it's hockey, man. This is a violent sport. And so I watched that hit a bunch just to see if maybe I'm not seeing something other people are, and I think they're
Hmm.
just making it up.
Yeah.
um, it was a clean hit, big hit. There's
Hmm.
two big bodies. Jared Tenorti, 6'5", like 237.
Yep.
Kirby Doc, 6'4", probably around the 211 mark.
Hmm.
Um, Big boys, giant collision, couple of
Yeah.
mammoths, and really, really bad outcome, which
Yeah.
can,
Unfortunate for
yeah, can just
Kirby
be
there.
boiled down to bad luck. So
Yeah.
don't like to see that. Don't like to see guys' careers get derailed by injuries. It's just not fair, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't like to see it, and
No.
hope for a full and speedy recovery.
Mm.
Last season, little, definitely different, but Anton Forsberg tore both of his MCLs, I want to say,
Really.
and he's playing right now, and he plays the goaltender position where you
Yeah.
need that flexion and you need that, you know, you need you need those ACLs and
Oh
MCLs.
yeah.
So uh, good on the recovery for Forsberg, and
Mhm.
hoping Kirby Doc can go with that trajectory as well.
Yeah, definitely. Just running through the scoring really quick here.
Yeah.
Let's see if this was the. I think So this was. I mean, geez, this was all in the second period there. Like I said, the effort just uh, weirdest game ever in like a year. Just came out flat. Cole Caulfield started out the scoring 1-0. Backhander rushing in towards the net, flipped it on Mrazek's back and just trickled down. pretty
Tough.
sweet goal, but hate to see it.
Yeah, right.
Tanner Pearson making his little comeback here. He was the trailer on a like 3-on-1, 3-on-2, and just went far side top corner. Not much
Odd
you
man
can do about
rushes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not putting too much on Mrazek here. 3-0 or 3-0. I have shorthanded goal, and that was off of the um probably like third or fourth power play that we had. It was disgusting. I think it was Sean Monahan, someone that I wanted to bring in during the offseason, but they ended up bringing him back to Montreal there. Uh, top corner, top left corner snipe. Just not great.
No, not great.
Yeah, and they were getting so many chances shorthanded. It was just a matter of time before they sprung one out there. But Sean Monahan makes it 3-0 at the end of the second period. Um, the PP was horrendous. Noted Korchinski, arguably like the second best D-man that we had on Saturday.
Not a good sign.
No, not great, but good to see from him that
Yeah.
he was in control. Third
Yeah.
period, yeah.
Good for the momentum
hmm Oh yeah,
at a later date. When he becomes a superstar.
right. Third period here, just trying to do something, anything. I believe Bedard did. He did get a secondary assist here, so that was his 1 point for the game. For Tyler Johnson, gets 2 goals. Pretty late there. The second goal was like less than a minute 30. It was like a minute 20 to go. Made it 3-2 game, but just came up short. And that's what happens when you don't, play a complete game. So, uh,
Exactly.
yeah.
And if the Hawks had maybe another couple minutes,
hmm
now you're
Right.
getting into, well, okay, is Montreal going to be keeping up that same kind of lackadaisical attitude?
hmm
Because you're up 3-1 all the way until a minute 30 left. So
hmm
it's like, were they taking the night off too, seeing as
hmm
they were dominating? Maybe, but maybe a couple more minutes, Hawks might have been able to get a point,
hmm Right.
tie it up, but
Yeah.
yeah, just too little, too late at that point, unfortunately.
Yep. Um, let's see. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up the Montreal game. Uh, Nothing big happened in between, and then here we are Monday night, and we could get into the Toronto game. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
hmm
So just shots on goal, um, pretty even. Edge 35-31 Toronto.
hmm
Faceoffs are a little bit better, 37.3% to 62.7%.
hmm
Is it is it good? No. Is it better? Yes. And that's all we got, to look forward to.
hmm
Uh, Power play tonight. Luckily, Tyler Johnson again, it appears, um,
Yes. Yes.
1 for 4.
hmm
Toronto had 3 opportunities. None of them worked,
Yeah.
which is
hmm
cool. And then 42 hits for the Chicago Blackhawks. What is
Yep.
going on? That is a lot of hits.
Oh yeah. Like you said earlier, Toronto, they really control the puck possession here tonight. Just couldn't seem to have like great ozone possessions, and that obviously leads into the hits. Yeah, so that's a good point there. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, when you get up to those, because this is what reminds me of it the most is,
hmm
I believe it was the 2015 Western Conference Finals against the Ducks,
Right.
and the Ducks were doing like 50 plus hits a game. I mean, they
Wow.
were crushing the Blackhawks.
Corey Perry,
And
Ducks
yeah,
legend.
exactly. Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf, Ryan Kessler,
Whew.
Cam Fowler. I mean,
Yeah.
there were some dudes. They wanted to hurt you, and they weren't taking any prisoners. Patty Maroon probably would have been on that team.
I think so.
Um,
Yeah.
so but the thing was, the Hawks were such a possession team.
Right.
They had the
Right.
puck the entire time. Anaheim was running around, trying
Yep.
to take their heads off, trying to take the puck off their stick. So,
Mm-hmm.
when you see those types of hits, because the Toronto Maple Leafs only had 27,
Mm-hmm.
almost like seriously 50%
Mm-hmm.
of the Blackhawks hits. So when you see that sort of disparity, it usually means one team has the puck a lot more. And
Yeah.
in this case, it was probably the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't really matter because
Yeah.
4-1 is that ending score. So
Yeah. Um.
that's awesome. I mean, really, really, as I mentioned before in the beginning, Austin Matthews is out here chasing history, and
Yeah.
he gets nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
really good on the Blackhawks to not give him that sort of satisfaction,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like that could have been, I mean, we're talking the third game for the Toronto Maple Leafs here, but
Right.
it could
Yeah.
have been a super galvanizing uh, event in
Yeah.
which it
That.
changed the course of
Yeah.
their season.
And that's what's it called? Like a historic moment. Like a milestone. Because it's never been done before. For 3 hat tricks in a row. And yeah, that's a possibility against us, right? Like a weaker defensive team, but the guys have been stepping up. Young guys step up. We'll get into Vlasic later, but great game from the D core all around. I'm
Yes.
impressed. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
you just mentioned, let's go through the goals. Why don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, first period, scoreless first period, which
Hmm.
you're already winning in my eyes if that's the
Yeah.
case. You're
Right.
you're playing the Maple Leafs at home, and
Hmm.
you don't let them score in the first period. Now, you didn't score either, which is, but
Hmm.
they didn't score. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Second period, 2:59 in,
Hmm.
Mackenzie Entwistle.
Yep.
And what were we saying last game? We are saying, oh, they're going to put Reese Johnson in. We were like, we would have thought that Mackenzie Entwistle would have been in because he's a little bit more skilled.
Yeah.
So Mackenzie Entwistle gets uh, he gets his opportunity, he makes the most out of it,
Hmm.
and puts the Hawks up 1-0, assisted by Athanasiou and Boris Kachuk,
Hmm.
who has also been kind of good.
He's been playing solid, checking, working the corners. I've liked everything that I've seen from him. Hasn't made many mistakes. He's playing good hockey right now. Kachuk, Entwistle there, double A, filling in, playing center tonight.
Yeah.
For the whistle and Chuk. Chuker, yeah.
Chuker cheese.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think since because I just remember last season,
Hmm.
Boris Kachu had this decision that he made
Hmm.
that he was like in the defensive zone behind the net,
Hmm.
and he just dishes this pizza to, I don't even know who it was, to be honest, but is to an opposing player, and he just buries it right away, just right away. And it was
Yeah.
like, dude, Boris, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I was like, man, this guy does not want to be here. He comes in, they interview him. They're like, so how's it feel to be Tampa Bay to Chicago? And he's like, sucks, bro. I don't want to be here. So
Hmm.
um,
Yep.
I think
Yep.
now that the Hawks, they're on the up. The stock is rising. They got Bedard, Korchinski, Nazar, Moore, all these guys coming up, I think Boris decided, you know what? I'm going to give it everything I got, and I'm going to make a difference on this team, and I'm going to stick around,
Mhm.
play with this
Yeah.
alien freak known as Connor Bedard.
Right. Oh, quick note from Bedard, in the first period there.
Yeah,
He had a quick rush up the left boards, just flying past like Klingberg. Who else was on the ice there? Klingberg, Brody, like three guys. Leads the rush, just flying. Tries to go far side with it. Puts on a little move towards the net. Almost got it to go, but man, was he hunting all night. I really thought he was going to bury one here tonight. Little pissed that it didn't go in. But hey, I think he had 5 shots on that. 4. Uh, don't remember the official number, but I believe it was 4 or 5 shots.
4.
But
You got
yeah,
it.
4 shots on net. But he looked dangerous all night long. Hit the post, uh, missed that one later in the third. But yeah, goose eggs on the stat sheet for him tonight. But thought he looked impactful.
I do want to
Uh,
say that I'm pretty sure I
mhm.
saw a statistic that said through their first 4 NHL games, I think Connor
Yeah,
Bedard
right.
has the 4th most amount of shots.
Shots, yeah. It was like 20 plus or something like
Yeah,
that.
so he's
Yeah.
involved. He's pushing
Oh,
play.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
hasn't been able to find that finishing touch yet. And hey,
Right.
NHL, it's the show.
Yep.
Those things are going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll just get back into the after the whistle goal, Tavares ties it up.
Great play. Unfortunately,
Yeah, great.
great play.
Yeah, yeah, great play, neat goal there. Just tic tac toeing.
Yeah, that
Uh,
Nylander weaving through,
right.
dish it
hmm
off, one timer. It was kind of far out, which
Yeah.
I didn't really like, but I mean
hmm
it was a missile. I didn't really see the
Yeah.
shot, if I'm being honest. So
Right.
Soderblom, neither did he.
Yeah. Good shot, Tavares. I mean, he's been doing that for years.
Yeah, he's
That's his game.
yeah.
Um, Corey Perry making it a 2-1 game, and you know what? I knew this was going to happen. Um, because he was knocked down the possession before he got the puck back, but he was off camera on broadcast. So I'm like, did he go for a change, or is he cherry picking? And yeah, he was cherry picking, waiting at the blue line, gets open landscape for a nice little breakaway. Just
Crazy stretch
puts it
pass
far side. Oof.
from Alex Vlasic.
Alex Vlasic,
Yeah,
beautiful
in
pass,
all alone.
Wilmette
I have
from Wilmette.
I honestly have seldom seen effortless goals like that, the one that Corey Perry. It was from he gets
It
it.
was effortless.
I mean, like we said, Alex Vlasic, amazing stretch pass. He had an incredible game. We'll get to that in a
Yeah.
sec. But
hmm
I mean, that's probably what 140 footer, pass,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and Corey Perry just grabs it and just waltzes in, pew,
hmm
picks his spot, buries it because that's what superstars do.
hmm Yeah, definitely. Just saw a comment actually. What a game! Lots of potential. Young, strong, fast players. Soderblom, Korch, Bedard, Entwistle. Yeah, a lot of potential there. Offense, defense. Great game tonight. Great win. All around win. Let's see who else gets on the board here. Tyler Johnson, current team MVP, possibly. At least for the offensive output, right? Just putting the puck in the net.
Yeah,
You know,
three goals,
and
and this is game 4.
yeah, this is game 4, right? Good stuff from TJ, man. One of my favorite players right now. Or let's say one of my favorite vets right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely up there. He's done everything right since we brought him in. When the former GM brought him in, right? But I've been a fan of him since he got here, so that's a great goal to see there.
Yeah,
Let's see here.
and
Yeah.
everyone was talking in the preseason. They were
Hmm.
saying, "Yeah, I think that first line's probably going to be something along the lines of Hall, Bedard, Tyler Johnson, or
Hmm.
whatnot." And TJ was kind of starting himself in like that third line role almost,
Hmm.
and
Right.
maybe not getting a lot of special teams time and whatnot. But
Hmm.
I mean, now he's arrived, and I'm really excited. I think he's earned it to go up to that first
Yeah.
line,
Hmm.
because I know you've been pointing it out.
Yeah.
Donato is
Hmm.
just not really cutting it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe Taylor Hall. I mean, he has to be there. He's the second best
Yeah.
player
Right.
on the team, so not going to really not going to really demote him,
Hmm.
or
No.
anything.
No.
So I think maybe they throw T Johnny up in that right wing
Yeah.
one RW.
Hmm. Right. I guess I might as well just point it out now. Then, yeah. So that first line, just what I've been noticing, right? With not really Hall, but more with Ryan Donato. Good player, for spot minutes in like your second line. But he's more of that bottom six guy, mainly middle six, right? Third line's like ideal for him. Uh, just what I've been noticing from his game, right? Because it's his style of play that I just don't think flows very well with Bedard and Hall. He loves to dump and chase, because that's what that type of grindy play style does. Dumping and chasing. But who are you dumping and chasing to? Taylor Hall and Connor Bedard multiple times over the last few games where he's dumping it in. Uh, like 4 or 5 times here, and no one's chasing. You know, that's not their game.
I was gonna say that is not, and you don't
No,
want them to play that style either. You don't want
no,
Connor Bedard diving into corners against like a
no, you don't.
Tyler
Yeah,
Myers or something like that. Dude's a
yeah,
behemoth, bro. I don't want Connor
yeah,
Bedard anywhere near him.
yep. So that's what I've been seeing a lot of dumping and chasing, and hey, man, you're just giving the puck away, basically. And that stinks because you're cutting down, uh, not really ice time, but the opportunities, for Bedard, for Hall, and I'm not really concerned, right? But just kind of frustrated, that that's what I've seen so far, and Bedard and Hall, they're playmakers, they're scorers. Uh, you got to have the puck to score, and if you keep on dumping it to uh, Morgan Riley over here, then they're just going to send it back the other way.
Yeah, Morgan
You
Riley,
know?
he's gonna break it out because that's what he does.
Yeah,
He's a offensively minded, skilled, good NHLer.
definitely. Yeah, and they're going the other way in a hurry.
Yeah,
But wrapping up the second period here, 3-1 score. Just quick notes of Vlasic playing his best pro game. I think that was pretty obvious, along with Soderblom, or Soderblom. Both of them just playing their best NHL game so far. In net was spectacular, excellent. Vlasic looked like Jesus. I mean, like prime Chris Pronger tonight. I mean, he was awesome. His skating, put shots on net, a few hits. The passing was crisp from Vlasic. Just, best game yet. Really good stuff.
Yeah, looking at his score sheet right now, he's, one assist
Mm-hmm.
and plus three shots, 3 hits, 22-18 time on ice,
Mm-hmm.
which for Seth Jones, same thing. 1 assist plus 3, 2 shots,
Mm-hmm.
2 hits, 27-57 time on ice. And Arvid Soderblom, we were talking about it, 34 for 35. That's a .971 save percentage, folks.
Wow.
I don't, I don't know.
That's unbelievable.
You can get better. You could say 35 of 35, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
wow, what a great showing from Soderblom. And
Yeah. And even in his first start, great first start.
yes,
Not sure on the numbers there for his 2 starts so far, but man, he looks legit. Just getting some games in last year with the Hawks. A few injuries here and there, but wasn't the same situation. With the decor. But man, I am impressed with Arvid there
yeah,
in that.
no doubt. And so for the 23-24 season,
Mhm.
2 games played, 1 win, 1 loss,
Mm.
151 goals allowed average, and a .955 save percentage.
Oh
So
man,
it was that at Boston where Connor Bedard
yeah,
got his first goal,
yep,
lost, but 32 saves and a .938 save percentage. So
hmm yeah.
he's legit.
He's been unreal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and last year when he was playing, it was kind of like a Mrazek went down, tore his groin, and
Mhm.
Soderblom is the starter. Okay, well, and then we had Jackson Stauber as the backup,
Right.
and you're going with a tandem of Soderblom and Jackson
And
Stauber, who's a
Stauber.
a free agent, a collegiate free agent,
Yeah.
unsigned collegiate free
hmm
agent. So, Hawks have been getting a little lucky here with the goaltending.
Yeah.
Love to see it. When
hmm
you have a guy like Corey Crawford carrying your team, you kind of get a little sunk in there. You're right.
Oh yeah.
Love, with, we got Corey back there. It's all good. Or Antiniemi or
Right.
Nikolai Khabibulin,
Right. Right.
Eddie Belfour, if you want to go way back. But so now it's Arvid Soderblom. So really, really
hmm
looking forward to that. And then
hmm
and by the way, we've got Drew Comesso and Adam Gajan waiting. So
Yeah.
tons of depth at the position. And, the Vegas
hmm
Golden Knights showed us you don't need elite goaltending to be successful.
hmm
But hey, by the way, Arvid Soderblom is elite at the moment. So
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely starting out hot here. Shout out to Drew Comesso with the Ice Hawks getting his first win in his
nice.
first start.
Yes.
Yeah, only let in 2 goals, but I think we won like 7-2.
Easy.
Um, yeah, got peppered with shots, but great game. I watched about half of it, so liked what I saw from him. That's what you want to look for, right? In those Ice Hawks games, thankful that we have Nolan Allen up there now, Del Mastro. Definitely interested to see what they do this year. Yeah.
No doubt.
hmm
Also saw down in Rockford, a couple quick notes. I believe
hmm
Allen and Phillips are playing their offsides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
hmm
so that might just be, I think I covered it a couple episodes ago, maybe sort of kind of the mentality that if you are an NHL defenseman, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter what side you play. It's,
Yeah.
hey, by the way, you can play the position well enough, both sides, doesn't matter.
Mhm.
So, and then looks like, um, what was it? Did Tenorti get scratched this evening for
Tonight.
Zaitsev?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then
Yeah.
Zaitsev uh, fell against the boards,
Mhm.
but Connor Murphy thought that Noah Gregor buried him, so
Yeah.
he dropped the mitts in defense of his teammate. I
Mhm.
appreciate it, Murph.
Quick note, man.
Yeah.
Quick thought. Um, a few years now, and that we've had Murph here. I'm sorry, man. He cannot fight.
Nope. No, he can't.
I mean, he'll drop the gloves. Like he'll
Yes, he will.
physically take them off, but the quote of "drop the gloves," he does not live up to that uh, saying there. It's rough, man. Like every time he drops the gloves, there, it's rough.
Yeah,
It's a rough
like I
showing.
said, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure his teammates appreciate it.
yeah, definitely.
Um,
Yeah,
you can
but
keep those on, buddy.
yeah,
I don't want to see it get beat up anymore.
no. I mean, he gets handled by like anyone, man. It's rough, but good guy. Finishing up the game here. Final score 4-1. Taylor Radish puts in the empty netter. A few challenges back and forth, like Taylor Hall's goal got taken off. It's all right, whatever. Actually, not great for me because I had Hall on my fantasy. So
Ah, nuts.
so they tacked it on, then they just ripped
I
it right
hate that.
ripped
I
it
hate
right
that.
back out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
It's bogus.
yeah. That kind of stinks, but that's all right. Taylor Radish liked what we saw from him today. Finishing up 4-1. 3 stars of the game. Soderblom, 36 saves, double A, 2 assists. And Tavares, the third star, 1 goal. Yeah. Great stuff. Great game. Unreal game. Just good to see us gain some wins. It's fun.
Yeah, dude, I
Mm-hmm.
am I like I said, I was really, really thinking the Blackhawks were gonna get pumped tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and was pleasantly surprised. But I actually also did. I was listening to, I want to
Mm-hmm.
say this is the Jeff Merrick Show podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that, I think it was David Amber who he had on there. Yeah, he
Mm-hmm.
was saying they were previewing the game, and he was saying that the Blackhawks have won. Of their last like 27 or 28 times that they've met, the Blackhawks have won 22 of those times.
The Leafs.
No, the Blackhawks have beat the Leafs.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like it's like not close. Like Chicago has their number for whatever
Yeah.
reason. They know how to play them
Yep.
and they execute and they're super effective.
Yeah.
Blackhawks beat Leafs, I guess.
Yeah. It was a few years ago, but yeah, Kirby Doc was still here. I think the Leafs were up like 3-0, and I don't know, we just came back and won. Uh, yeah, I'm not scared of the Leafs really. Even though Matthews had a heater to start the year there, and this was supposed to be the Bedard versus Matthews game, and it's I don't know, it's kind of funny, double goose eggs for both of them. That's crazy for both Matthews and Bedard. But hey, we got the win. That's all gravy, man. That's all cool with me.
Yeah. No, I'm completely okay with that.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm just trying to look up here to make sure that I'm not
Hmm.
speaking out of term,
Yeah.
but this website is not that good. So
Hmm.
I think the Maple Leafs, they have the overall head-to-head record
Hmm.
since going at each other for over 100 years. they
Yeah.
do have a slight advantage, but I think as of late, the Blackhawks have just been crushing them.
That's good to hear, man. Always
Oh,
like
I love to hear it.
crushing the Leafs. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good stuff. Really quick on just little news front, little rumor front. Pagnota, first name David, right? David Pagnota.
Yes, you got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He mentioned in a story today, or it might have been yesterday, also that the Hawks were one of a few teams calling about Connor Garland there in
Mm.
Vancouver. Um, so it will be pretty interesting
Yeah.
to see
Renewed
what happens
interest.
with him. Yeah.
Yeah, renewed interest because, there was all those rumors swirling in the
Hmm.
draft, and maybe the Hawks were going to be able to get I think they picked
Yeah.
16th overall or whatever, and they
Yep.
were going to go snag that, or ninth or whatever it was. They were going to go snag that pick for taking Connor Garland. Obviously, it didn't happen. Connor
Mhm.
Garland, good player, contract's a little expensive, but,
Yeah.
I think with this, you know, if we saw when Taylor Hall went down, and luckily it was only for a couple of days.
Yeah.
But if that's going to be an extended injury,
Hmm.
the depth for the Blackhawks, it goes quickly. So,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't. I think if the price is right
Right.
for
Hmm.
Connor Garland, yeah, sure, bring him on in.
Yeah.
I don't think Kyle Davidson needs to be doing any favors. I also think it's probably more of just, uh, Kyle Davidson doing some diligence, and
Yeah.
just doing his job pretty much.
Hmm.
Um, Checking in, seeing if he's available and if the price is right and if you could bring him onto the team.
Yeah. Right. I agree there. If the price is right, just bringing in a little more skill there for top line, second line. We'll see how that would shake out, but I would definitely be in favor of adding some more skill there for Connor. Because obviously he does need a little help, and that was expected. Super young in his first season, so excited for the next game on Thursday night against the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, that'll be
When it rains, it pours, man. I
yeah.
mean, starting
Um,
this season on the road
hmm.
and, opening up against the Penguins. Glad we dealt with them, but then you're going through the ringer here. I mean,
Yeah, this is
Leafs.
rough.
Yeah, now you got the Avs. Like, guys, let's
Yeah, just
throw
take it
some
easy here.
bone.
Yeah,
But
it's rough. Lot of travel too. But yeah, Thursday. The It's Monday night. Yeah, so we'll be back in a few days. Yeah, check out some stuff. For Thursday against the Avs. Can't wait.
yeah, definitely. So Thursday,
Hmm.
Avs. That'll be the next game. That'll be our next recap show.
Hmm.
And I appreciate you guys listening to today's episode of the Chicago Blackhawks Central Hockey Podcast.
Hmm.
I've been Joe Vitale. That's been Skoks. Go Hawks, and we'll see you Thursday.
Let's go Hawks.